Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Figure Talk. Now, today I've got a very special guest from all the way across the other side of the world. We've got Minky here. He's going to be chatting with me about all of the upcoming releases from Hot Toys and Sideshow. We've got some third-party stuff in here as well, but I'll let him introduce himself.
Hey man, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well, man. It's currently like half midnight here in the UK, but I'm sure this is worth staying up for.
I certainly hope so. We've got some pretty cool stuff to look at. So,
I know. I've just opened the first. So I've opened the file you sent me, and it's just the first image. And I got to say, you're starting strong.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is the most recent announcement, and doesn't he just look really awesome?
It looks intense.
Absolutely, they've really nailed that. I reckon that helmet on the new guy, I wasn't really too sure when I first saw pictures of it, but I reckon it looks so much better than the Civil War one.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely.
More cat-like, I think.
Yeah, I think it looks more menacing.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you excited to see that film, Black Panther?
You know what? The last one I saw in cinema was, I think, Civil War, and it's been one of those things that I've just been like caught up, and I've got to sit down and plan how I'm going to see these films and when and where. Because I believe Ragnarok has come out now, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was such a good film.
It's been and gone. Yeah, because I haven't seen that one yet, and I was really excited for that, but I just haven't had time to sit down and watch it yet. So
it's so good.
Really,
There's so
really
many
excited.
So many Australian references in there. Actually, it's a really hilarious. Yeah, so many. It's actually so hilarious.
Actually, having said that, I think no. So Civil War wasn't the last one I saw. Doctor Strange was the last one I saw. No.
Oh, of course.
That came out afterwards. That one was incredible. That was one of the
such a good film.
I know. I don't even know where to begin, but it was one of those films where I sat down and just like could not fault it at all.
Oh yeah, absolutely, such an epic film. I've seen that like 2 or 3 times now, and it doesn't get. You don't get tired of it. It's so good.
I saw your review of the figure as well.
Oh yes, yeah, he is one of my favorites.
So good.
Absolutely perfect piece. Honestly, there's literally nothing wrong with him. Like he's just 10 out of 10, I reckon.
I know the head sculpt's great, isn't it? It really does look like Cumberbatch.
Absolutely amazing. Anyway, we better get back onto this.
Digress already, yeah.
So we'll go to the next picture.
All right.
So we've got
nice.
the one with the Chadwick Boseman, I think is his name. We've got his head sculpt, and it looks really, really cool. Now, a lot of people were complaining last time. I've got a review of Black Panther. I'm not sure if I think it's coming out today or tomorrow.
All right.
But the original one didn't come with anything. It didn't come with any extra heads or anything. So this one is sort of solving that issue.
Right.
So I reckon that he looks pretty good.
He does. So is the next picture going to be the accessories that come with it?
There is a picture of that, but there are some pretty awesome little gimmicks that actually the figure can do as well, which I should have some photos of there. We'll go to the next one because that's sort of one of the accessories, and it's this head sculpt with the eyes visible.
Oh,
which I thought
looks
was really
incredible.
Cool. Yeah,
that looks incredible.
Amazing. You can see they're really glassy and they look really lifelike, so they've done an awesome job with that.
You know what? I think I prefer that one to the first one that we saw.
With the white eyes?
Yeah, I think I prefer the one with the eyes behind it. There's something about it that just kind of brings it to life, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think because I was going to say if, but to be honest, I'm probably going to get it. I'm going to keep it with this head. I reckon I'll put the unmasked one with the Civil War Black Panther.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, is this from Sideshow then?
This is a Hot Toys one.
Oh, is it?
But
okay.
Sideshow actually distribute all the Hot Toys pieces for North America.
Oh, I did not know that.
Which is a bit of a weird cross marketing sort of thing. But yeah, the two competing companies also work together, which is really weird. All right, let's go to the next one. This is one of those gimmicks that I was talking about, which I think is just absolutely awesome.
Wow. Okay.
So he lights up. So he comes with this base with it's like sort of like a black light sort of thing in it. Once you turn it on, he just lights up like this. So in all the trailers, you can see him sort of lighting up. I'm not exactly sure what it does. We don't have any context for it yet, but it still looks really cool, I think.
It looks great. It looks really, really good.
Absolutely. I'm so happy that they did this because a lot of people were saying like, oh, they're just going to skimp out this, make it all black and, it's not going to look like in the film with the purple stuff. But they've done an awesome job, I think.
So what material are they going to use, do you reckon, for the suit?
Oh, I'm not sure what they've done. They've probably looks like they've sort of painted it with some sort of, luminous paint. You know how, like, when we were younger, we would use those invisible pens and stuff?
I remember doing that a lot, yeah.
Probably higher tech than that, but I think they've painted it with that, and then when you hit it with the black light, it just lights up and it looks awesome.
That looks really, really good. Is that how you're going to have it displayed?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to find a way to have it always lit up like that. I think it's going to look awesome. Okay, next one is him holding one of his little spear things while he's lit up, which is cool. And then you can get a closer look at his head.
What do you reckon to the head sculpt then?
I think it's good. I'll have to see it in person. I think it's one of those things where you're not 100%. Like, he's got a bit of a stunned sort of look. Like, he doesn't have that intensity which I'd want him to have. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
but
I do.
Still good.
I think so. Yeah. Well, you'd have to wait to see it in person. I think it's one of those.
Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you. All right. Now, talking about Doctor Strange like we were before, this next one...
Oh, wow. Okay. That would look great in an ensemble.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, this one is not done by Hot Toys or Sideshow. It's done by a third party. I'm not exactly sure what the name of the company is, but either way, it looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really, really good. So that other guy in the back, the Caecilius... he's by the same company. So both of those two are third party, and then
oh, nice.
Doctor Strange is the Hot Toys one. But still, you wouldn't tell. I mean, they look really, really good together.
Yeah, it'd be really nice to see them in person as well, and compare them and put them up like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and you can see that they've done the same sort of thing that Hot Toys did with Doctor Strange, with all the level of like the robing, how it's got multiple layers and all that.
I was about to say, yeah, it looks intricate.
Really, really good job, and the head sculpt as well. I mean, it looks pretty spot on.
Yeah, I really like the what looks like a difference in material from front to back on the robes.
Yeah,
that looks really, really nice.
Yeah, the different like mixed media sort of thing. They've done an awesome
Yeah, exactly.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next one's a bit of more of a close up of the head, which still looks really good in my opinion. There was some there were some prototype pics that came out that looked really terrible, but they've obviously fixed it up since then, so that's good.
Yeah, it's looking really, really good, man.
Looking really awesome.
I'm really liking the. I'm liking the. I don't even know what you call that, but around her midriff, the material there looks really, really nice. Is that some stitching in there I can see as well? It looks really, really nice. Yeah,
absolutely. It looks really intricate. Like, I don't know how. I've always wondered how they do the tailoring so small, but the stitching looks like in scale with that tailoring. Like, do they have really tiny sewing machines or something?
Yeah, I know. Well, I was wondering. I forget which review I was watching of yours. But it was one of your figures that's got really intricate details in the clothing. And it's amazing how they managed to get it sort of 1/6 to scale and don't make the fabric look bulky. The fabric looks to scale as well.
Yeah, I watched a documentary or something on how difficult it was for them to find fabrics that look in scale. But I think the Grand Moff Tarkin was one that was really good because his outfit is so simple, but they've done such a good job of making it look in scale, which I think would be tricky, like in that sort of business suit looking sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Really awesome.
And then of course you've got to think about the flexibility of the maneuverability of the figure as well. You've got to take that into account.
Yeah, exactly. And they don't want to hinder that, so they've done a good job. And it looks like this one also is going to be really good. So this next one is just another group sort of shot with Doctor Strange and their other third party figure, which is really cool. That really awesome release. I'm probably going to get this one. I didn't get the Caecilius, but now I think I might have to.
Yeah, to get the set.
Exactly. They look really cool, and as a little trio in the shelf, I reckon it's going to look amazing.
Who do you have next to Doctor Strange at the moment?
At the moment, I have... I can't tell you, because it's spoilers.
Right.
But watch more recent films, and then then I'll tell you.
Oh, right. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I definitely have to catch up on that stuff.
Yes, definitely catch up. It's awesome. It looks awesome at the moment, but with those three, I reckon it's going to look even better.
Definitely.
All right. Next one is so this is Iron Man from the end of Iron Man 2 and the Avengers. So it's the Mark 6. Now the reason they're doing these older sort of armors is because they're redoing them in mostly all metal.
Nice. That would be really, really nice.
Yes. So he looks like you can just see all the scuffing and chipping and
Yeah.
rusting and weathering. That is just absolutely awesome, I think.
It's phenomenal, really, how they managed to get such intricate detail into it.
Oh, they've done such an epic job. And those metal pieces, I've got one metal Iron Man, and they literally weigh a ton. They are so heavy and so robust as well. Like, you don't feel like they're going to fall apart.
Yeah.
Which, very, very impressive, I think. And
What's
all
the
those light up
flexibility
bits,
like?
they're actually
What's the flexibility
more,
like? Yeah,
they're actually more articulated than the plastic ones.
Oh, really?
So they've done it so you can pop the legs down as well, so you can get like super wide range of motion with the legs.
Nice.
And like the shoulder pads, they move up and down and stuff as well.
Excellent.
They've really, and you can pull the torso up and it's split, so you can get like crunches and all that.
Oh,
stuff.
nice. That's really nice sort of detail that there's obviously a lot of forethought put into it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The engineering, I reckon this would take years at least to get, one Iron Man figure done, because it's like thousands of parts. I think the part count is, anywhere from 600 to 1,000 pieces or something ridiculous like that to build one figure.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Absolutely crazy. And that little stand thing in the back, that actually comes with it as well.
Nice.
So that's going to be awesome. We'll look at the next one, and this one, you can see how many little, like I was saying, the part count is massive. You can see how many little pieces.
That's incredible. Absolutely phenomenal.
Absolutely crazy. I didn't actually look at this picture. I just grabbed a few pictures, but he's actually got so much stuff going on. He's got, those old arm cannons and all that. It's crazy.
I can imagine that's quite fiddly to set up if you're trying to get it in the exactly the right pose.
Yeah. I can't even imagine. It would take you ages probably with those little pieces.
Yeah, I dread to think what would happen if you were to, lose some intricate part or misplace it when you're trying to put it back. It must be a nightmare.
Oh, absolutely. And replacement parts as well, they come at such a premium because collectors, sometimes they just buy them just to sell them off as parts because they know people will want the bits.
Yeah. I can see what you mean about the articulation in the knees.
Yeah.
It looks really, really good.
Yeah, exactly. It's sort of deceiving how it looks like you can't move anything, but then they've hidden the joints so well that you can, and it's really, really good. And the light up stuff as well, like all of those lights in the chest and those little blue lights underneath, like where his abdomen sort of splits. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, I hadn't even noticed that. Yeah, that's a really nice detail.
So awesome. And I think it looks like the bits on the arms as well are lighting up, like the little rocket bits that have splayed out. I think that looks really cool. So definitely
we'll have to wait and see.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I reckon this one's going to be super expensive though, so I might not get it. But we'll see. I mean, it looks cool.
One of your bargains. What was it? Your friend Luke might have one knocking around at some point.
Oh, he's got such a massive collection. And he buys multiples of figures as well. So he's got like 2 or 3 of each, which is just crazy. But yeah, he's really awesome with his prices. So I might have to check it out. But this next one shows you the amount of stuff that it comes with, and there's a ton.
You almost can't count them.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. And the battle damaged like little chest bit and the helmet as well.
I was just about to say the face, the bit of the helmet there that's battle damaged looks really, really good.
Oh, so awesome. The only gripe that people have with these battle damage pieces is that you put the mask on and then you put the chest on, but then everything else is clean.
Yeah.
But I think he's rusted up enough. Like you can see in that picture, that massive picture on the left, like he's rusted up and scratched up enough that I think he can get away with it.
I think so, yeah.
I think you can get away with it.
So why is it the head sculpt top left there is blurred?
Oh, yes, they like to do this. We probably have seen something similar to their Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt before, because what they do, he's one of the most expensive actors to buy the likeness of. He's like, I think it's something like it's a couple of million or something. It's ridiculous. So they've mostly just been reusing the same likeness for every Iron Man they've done. So I think this might be a new one. That's why they've blurred it.
Oh, right. Exciting stuff then.
Yes. So fingers crossed it looks really good, because I think it might.
The picture next to it, to its right, just showing off some of the articulation in the back. That looks really, really good. Oh
yeah, those flaps are just absolutely awesome. I'll see if I can do a review of my my Iron Man. I got the Mark 45, which is the one from Avengers: Age of Ultron, the really sort of sleek one. That's the one that I sort of found that was my favorite. But I'll see if I can do a review of that, because that will give everyone like a sort of an idea of the level of detail they go to. But I'm waiting for... I'm not sure if you've seen the Infinity War trailer.
I've not seen the trailer yet, no.
The Iron Man armor... There are a few pics floating around of it from a couple of Disney commercials as well. The Iron Man armor in that looks absolutely amazing. So I really want to get... Hopefully they do... Well, I know they will, because they love Iron Man. Hopefully they'll do one, and I'll get that, because that one looks awesome.
So is this another Hot Toys then?
This one is Hot Toys, yeah. So they've got the license for Iron Man, and they have been pumping out so many Iron Mans. Like, did you remember in Iron Man 3 how they had that huge scene with all the armors?
Yes, yeah, I do.
They've pretty much done all of them.
Excellent. That would be quite a display.
Oh, yeah, and some people have done it too, which is something that when I first started, I was like, oh, maybe I can do that, but then it would have been just ridiculous, I'm sure.
Yeah, it would have broken the bank slightly, I think.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And you get to that point where it's like, I could have 50 Iron Man pieces, or I could have, every Star Wars figure. So
yeah. Got to pick and choose.
Yeah, diversify a little bit, I think.
I like the how they've shown just a little bit more of the base without the figure in front of it. It gives you a better idea of what to expect.
Oh yeah, that base is awesome. I almost considered getting it just for the base and then selling the Iron Man, because that base would go with pretty much any Iron Man figure. I think it just looks
it
epic.
would, yeah.
So awesome. And it looks like it lights up too, as far as I can tell. Those stairs look pretty lit up to me.
Yeah, that would be really, really nice detail. What do you reckon a battery for that then?
I hope that it's hardwired for the mains, because then you can have it lit up all the time. But I think, yeah, you're probably right. It's going to be batteries, because they're a bit lazy with that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
All right. This next one is another third-party one. Did you see the new Blade Runner?
Mate, the new Blade Runner was one of my favourite films recently.
Good, me too. I absolutely loved it.
Absolutely
really
fantastic.
Awesome. So this piece here, I think, has captured the likeness and just the look of the costume as well. I know how it was sort of, it blended in with the world, and it looked really awesome in the film, but I reckon this piece looks just so epic.
It must be really difficult to try and colour match figures from films like this, because obviously the film itself was so stylized in its colour grading. It must be really, really difficult to try and match that.
Oh, I can't even imagine. I reckon some of these guys, I'm not sure about these guys because they're a third party, but I reckon Hot Toys and Sideshow at least, I reckon they get access to the original props, and they can just scan the colours and all that. But I reckon these guys have it more tough, because they've got to sort of figure it out without seeing all the original props.
Yeah.
But they've done a really awesome job as is. If you look at the next one...
You know what? The trousers, actually, just before we go on to the next one, the trousers are obviously usually sort of the thing you don't look at the most.
Yeah.
But the trousers look really, really nice in that one.
Yeah, exactly. And as we were saying before, it's really in scale as well. Like, the seams and everything are not, crazy massive. And it looks like they're all wrinkling nicely, and the fabric looks on point. So they've done a really awesome job with that stuff.
Yeah,
too.
it does look really nice.
Really, really awesome. This next one shows his little coat thing, which he did in the film, obviously, in that sandstorm.
No, I love that. That looks really, really good.
Yeah, completely agree. If I get him, I reckon I'm going to have him looking exactly like that. I was about to say,
if I had the figure, I'd probably display it like that. It looks really good.
Oh, so awesome. And it looks like there might be a wire running down his jacket as well, because it looks like you can sort of have it bellowing in the wind. Which, if they've done that, that is such an awesome idea.
I really like the hands in the pocket, because, again, to scale, that'd be quite difficult to pull off, but that looks really, really good.
They've nailed it, I reckon. They've really, really nailed it. Okay. Now, the next one, which is the head sculpt.
All right.
It looks good.
Yeah, not like 100%, I don't think.
Yeah. It looks good, but not, Hot Toys level, I don't think. They haven't quite nailed it.
No, I think I'd agree with you there. Although it does show a certain amount of texture to the skin, which looks like some nice detail. Yes,
they've really done a good job. I think the sculpt is good, but where it might be lacking is in the paint, because it's got that bit of glossy look, and it looks a bit waxy as well.
Yeah, I'd say also maybe the hair as well.
Yes, I agree with you. So I reckon that that option with having the coat up will hide a little bit of the paintwork on the head anyway, so it'll give it that sort of likeness without having to see the full head sculpt.
Yeah, definitely.
Really,
gives
really
it
cool.
a lot more sort of life anyway, because it gives it a bit of movement and a bit of context.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you want. You want it to be in the scene because that just, as soon as you look at it, you're like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
So,
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, they've really done a good job with that, I reckon. Next is the awesome weapons from the film. So the
Now that looks
new...
really, really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the new one looks cool, but I really got my eyes on that classic weapon. I mean, the Blade Runner pistol is just so iconic, right? Harrison Ford. Just such an awesome piece, and they've nailed that as well. I mean, it's a little bit... The details aren't as sharp as the new one, but it still looks pretty good.
I think so. I think it looks... definitely, I think when you put it in context with the figure itself, I think that would look really, really nice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think they've really done a good job on the new one, but the old one is probably the one I'm going to have him displayed with, to be honest.
Yeah. Are you going to pick this one up then?
I think I'm going to have to. And the good thing about these third-party ones is they're not very expensive. They're like, compared to Hot Toys and Sideshow, they're usually around half the price.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is really good. So they're pretty cost effective, which is good. I guess it's because they don't have to pay the licensing and stuff because they're all third party. But still, they're really awesome looking little pieces, I think.
Yeah, definitely a good addition to the collection.
Absolutely. All right, now this next one is a Sideshow figure. And
really good.
it is the Snow Trooper Commander, and doesn't he just look awesome?
Yeah, he does, yeah.
I mean, I keep getting drawn to his moon boots because they just look so awesome. They're so chunky. Look at the soles on those things. Can you imagine the actors walking around in those?
To be fair, if you're on Hoth, you need something like that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And look at that diorama. Honestly, I wish I had that diorama because that just looks so awesome.
It looks great. I mean, I think that, again, it's one of those... was it your Yoda review that you put up recently? And you said that, like, all of the set pieces and all just the little intricate details of the Star Wars universe feel really lived in.
Yes, yeah.
You definitely get that from this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, you can see all the... like, that gun in the background, which is another bone of contention with collectors, that's super expensive. It's like $300 just for that gun.
Blimey.
But it looks awesome, but, I don't think I could ever bring myself to buy it. But, yeah, it would create that scene really nicely. And those Snow Troopers are... they're the old Sideshow ones. I've got the new Hot Toys one, which looks a lot better. I'll do a review of him as well, but you can see, like, the mask sort of area looks a bit rubbish on the old Sideshow ones. But this Commander, though, I reckon I'm going to pick him up.
Definitely, I'd say so. He
looks really epic. And I think that's Han's... Is that Han's blaster, sort of the same weapon in his holster there?
Ooh, I'm going to have to take a closer look at the screen.
I think it might. It looks similar, at least.
Yeah, we'd need an image sort of closer up to really be able to tell.
The next image.
You're going to tell me that's what the next image is?
Well, the next image, that's everything he comes with.
Oh, you know what? I'd say it probably is.
It looks like Han's blaster.
If not the same, then a very similar.
I never noticed that because we never saw these guys actually walking around on Hoth, I don't think. I think we only ever saw him in the AT-AT cockpit.
Yeah, they're definitely not one of the... obviously, like, there's people like us who have seen Star Wars more times than we can count.
Yeah.
And then there are people who have seen Star Wars enough times to be able to recognize a fair few things. But Snowtroopers tend not to be the most recognizable of the Stormtroopers.
Correct.
So,
yeah,
I definitely have to watch the original, at least the relevant films again, and really sort of keep an eye out for these sorts of things.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think most collectors would be like, "Oh, cool, you got a Snowtrooper," but they wouldn't specifically know. And even I've watched Empire Strikes Back as many, like I can't even count how many times. But I didn't even know there was a difference between a commander and just a regular Snowtrooper. But now I do, I guess.
I do like the accessories on the gloves. Just the fact that his left hand glove has, it's the small details that matter. And having just the accessory on the left hand glove is really, really nice, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And the main difference, at least that I can tell from the regular Snowtroopers, is the mask piece is like a solid plastic sort of thing versus that fabric.
That's one of the biggest indicators, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think that's where they've sort of differentiated him. Now this next one, I think that you're going to like.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so this is the new deluxe Hot Toys Boba Fett from Empire Strikes Back. Now, this sort of mishmash version is the alternate armor pieces that he comes with to create this. This was his prototype armor look, apparently. This is what he was going to look like before they finalized his first look. So he comes with all of these bits as well as all of the actual bits he wore in the film. So
that's incredible. You know what? If you were to not pay attention or see us in your peripheral vision, you wouldn't be able to tell that that's a sixth of the scale.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. It looks like a photo from the film, right?
It looks incredible.
Absolutely awesome, and that's probably one that I'm going to have to get because he just, I mean, Boba Fett, right?
To be fair, out of all the ones we've seen so far, I think this has to be your top priority.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But the only thing, which we'll get to at the end when we got a photo of all of his accessories, I don't know if I'm going to get this prototype version with all the bits because I'm going to have him displayed like he was in the film, right?
Yeah.
So the next one is how he was in the film. It's the Empire Strikes Back version. So he's got the green gauntlets, and his belt is a little. I'm literally looking over at the Return of the Jedi one now. His belt is a little bit different. He has the pockets on. Yeah, the pockets on the side of the belt are a little bit different as well. So a few differences, but I reckon he just looks awesome.
Definitely. You know, it's interesting flicking back between the prototype version and then that version. The difference in the cape is quite striking.
Oh, I didn't even notice the cape. Oh yeah, you're right. Interesting.
Yeah,
yellow cape versus green one.
Yeah. I actually think I might prefer the green one. The green one just has something about it that's...
Yeah, that's awesome. Didn't even notice that. But yeah, you can... I think the best part is you can mix and match, right, if you get all the pieces. So you can have the green cape with him.
Yeah. Do you remember... This is digressing slightly from the figures, but do you remember back in the day where you and I would print off Mandalorian armor and then custom color design our own ones based on...
absolutely.
On preferences?
Absolutely. I think that's the best part. And especially with this guy, you can mix and match, right? So you can create your perfect sort of Mandalorian armor.
To be fair, out of all of the Star Wars stuff, I think the Mandalorian armor is definitely the best armor out of the entire...
Absolutely.
Even when you think of like original, prequel, and the newer trilogy, I think just nothing's ever topped Mandalorians.
Oh, no, not at all. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely the most iconic. I mean, if you showed anyone a photo of Boba Fett, they'd know who it is, right?
Yeah, exactly. In fact, again, digressing slightly, do you remember making the... was it a Jango Fett or a Boba Fett helmet for my Furby? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely. I remember.
We made it out of cardboard and then...
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah.
Oh, man. Let's go way
those
back.
are the days, right? Yeah. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
I think we also made either a clone trooper or stormtrooper one for it as well.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You know what? I had it displayed with the Mandalorian armor for the longest time.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Yeah, no, absolutely, definitely remember that, and definitely going to get this guy. I think.
I love the green gauntlet. Well, the gloves and the gauntlets look really, really nice.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people are saying they look a bit flat, but I think what they're saying is that all they're trying to show is that the gloves are poofy, so that's why they're looking a little bit flatter. And I think when you look at it that way, they look awesome. Yeah,
I think so. And it's interesting looking at the deluxe version, the differences between them. I think I actually prefer the green to the alternative.
Yeah, I agree with you. And with the deluxe. All the extra bits that you get, all the gauntlets are, orange and red. It looks like, so they're the different colors, and the weapons that he comes with are a bit funky. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they do actually look a bit funky, don't they? They look quite intriguing.
Yeah, they're definitely interesting, especially on that gauntlet, that red wire thing that he has.
Oh yeah, I hadn't noticed. Yeah, oh that one there. Yeah, exactly. It's almost like a grappling hook.
Yeah, and it sticks out so far as well. I reckon that's going to be the number one thing that breaks in everyone's figures, to be honest.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
Very, very cool. So we'll go to the next one, which is a sort of composite photo, which gives us a sneak peek of two other figures. Now, the Darth Vader has been announced, the Empire Strikes Back Vader.
Right.
But in the background, you can see an Empire Strikes Back Stormtrooper. So the Stormtrooper armor varied a tiny bit between films, but of course, some people will obviously notice the difference. I honestly don't know the difference. I don't know the difference between them.
Do you know the difference? Obviously, it's been a while since I've looked at Star Wars in this much detail. I used to have all the encyclopedias, and I used to spend my time poring over those, so I used to know. But nowadays, what were the main differences between Vaders in the films?
Oh, yes. I've had to go and do all my research. Now, I'm getting the Star Wars costume book hopefully soon, just so I can look at it in more detail. But there are actually quite a few differences between the Vaders. So this guy, the chain for his cape in A New Hope wasn't visible. It also wasn't visible in Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, right, okay.
But it was visible in Return of the Jedi.
That's interesting.
So that's one difference. Also, you can't see it from this photo, but there's a little triangular vent underneath his triangular mouthpipe thing. It's a lot bigger in the Empire Strikes Back one.
That I do remember. I remember that detail.
Yep, that's different. Yeah. His robes go under his armor, not over his armor, like in A New Hope.
Yeah.
His chest box lights up as well as the side boxes. So in A New Hope, only the side pieces lit up.
Right.
And also the buttons on his chest box. There's a blue one and a red one, and then down the bottom.
I remember them changing. Yeah.
Yep, they're different as well. The other difference is like the little codpiece for his belt is a little bit different, but pretty much that's about it. Actually, the helmet's glossy as well. So in A New Hope, nothing is glossy. Yep.
Yeah. Well, another detail that I'm not sure whether it was intentional or not. Now, I seem to remember that in A New Hope, the eyepieces, the lenses for Vader's eyes had a sort of slight reddish tint to them in A New Hope.
Yep. Absolutely.
Was that consistent throughout the trilogy, or was that just for A New Hope?
As far as I can tell, that was just for A New Hope, and Rogue One as well. Actually, they recreated that for Rogue One.
Oh, how good was the scene in Rogue One?
Oh, don't even get me started on that. Sometimes I just literally just watch that scene.
I know. I was doing that the other day. I was only watching that bit over and over again. It's just, it's honestly the best Vader scene there's ever been.
Absolutely, 100% agree. That was like in the cinema. That was just chills.
I know, get it goosebumps and chills. I was just about to say.
That was absolutely awesome. But also that Leia scene at the end. That was also just phenomenal.
The thing with with Rogue One for me was, it was always interesting how they were going to join up Rogue One and A New Hope.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Vader at the end, when he's looking through the, well, it's not an escape pod, I suppose, the docking bay.
Yeah.
Looking at Tantive 4 escaping. I mean, it's just... And then he sheathes the lightsaber, and it's one of those scenes. That scene will go down in history as one of the best Star Wars scenes.
Oh, absolutely. I 100% agree. That's just the most awesome Vader scene that I've ever watched, to be honest with you. It's just so epic.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
will they bring out a Rogue One Vader?
Yes, they have. I have it.
Oh, you have it? Oh, nice.
Yes. No, there's a review. I have filmed it. It's been uploaded. It's coming out on the 16th.
Ah, well, there you go. I'll be watching that, definitely, for sure.
Yes. I have done that, and also I bring out the Return of the Jedi Vader that I have as well for a comparison. So that's all there.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, yes. It's a long one, that one. I think it's like 15 minutes or something.
I'm definitely going to watch the whole thing.
Brilliant. Now, back to Boba Fett. Have you seen the Solo trailer for the new Han Solo movie?
I've seen, like, the tiniest snippet. Are you going to tell me that he's in... Oh, has he been shown in the trailer or not?
They haven't shown anything, but I'm hoping that he is in it.
Now, do you remember way back before Disney acquired the licensing and LucasArts?
Yes.
There was rumor for a long time of either a film or a TV show about Boba Fett.
Yes.
I mean, it went around for years and years and years, so it wouldn't surprise me if Disney did something along those lines sometime soon.
Honestly, they just need to do it. Like, seriously. I mean, you could put anyone in that outfit because you don't see their head. So,
Yeah, yeah. As long as they're the right height, you should be good.
Exactly. Just do it. Seriously. It's not like, just get the same guy who voiced Jango Fett. I think his name's Tamura Morrison or something like that. Get him to do the vocals, and get someone else to do the actual performance, and there you go. Boba Fett movie.
Set, yeah. The other one that's been rumored for a long time, which I'm sure actually hasn't been like based on any fact. It's more like fan speculation. Is the Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan spin-off.
Oh, I so hope they do that.
I know, that's one of the ones I'm holding out for because I reckon that would be one of the best additions to.
I hope they do it. That would be so awesome.
It'd be great. Especially now because it's been quite a while since he did episode 3, so he's aged naturally anyway.
Yes,
so it's just almost perfect. It's almost perfect.
Absolutely. So I hope they do that. And he's still got a good working relationship with them as far as I can tell, because he did a voice snippet
a voice snippet for Force Awakens.
Jedi or Force Awakens. Yeah, really awesome. So hopefully they do that because I really hope so. I'd be going for a midnight screening of that, I think.
Definitely, I think so.
Definitely worth it. All right, next picture. Same sort of thing, just in that sort of pose when he's on Cloud City, peeping around the corner and he sees Luke and shoots a few shots off at him. Still awesome. Not much more we can say, really. I suppose I
do like epic. the jetpack. It looks really, really nice.
Yes, actually, that's another difference. He's got the green jetpack, whereas in Return of the Jedi it was all sort of multicolored: red, blue, yellow.
Yeah.
So definitely awesome. Now the next one. Oh, there's the jetpack that I was talking about. You can see all the bits that he comes with. So the top version's all the deluxe stuff, and the bottom version's what you'd get if you just got the standard one.
Are you going to go standard or deluxe then, you reckon?
Oh, I don't know. It depends. It all comes down to how expensive the deluxe version is, because he comes with a lot of stuff. So I feel like they've got license to charge a lot.
I'd say the jetpack alone is maybe worth thinking about the deluxe version.
Yes, exactly. And that's the Return of the Jedi one. And that's the one that Jango Fett was wearing at the end of episode 2 as well, that multicolored one. So
yeah, although it instead of green, there was some sort of, that sort of blue purplish color, was it not?
Yeah.
Was it green?
No, it was that one you see on the top there, that one with the yellow and the blue and the red and the white.
Yeah.
That's the one I think that he was wearing.
Do you remember Star Wars Bounty Hunter the game?
Yes.
I've played that quite a few times because that still holds up. Apparently, is it come out or it's coming out that they're remastering it for the PlayStation 4?
Yes, it is coming out, I think, but I need to get that game because it
definitely holds up. It's one of the best Star Wars games I've played. Yeah,
absolutely. And if they've remastered it as well, then I can't even imagine how good it is.
I know. I mean, I've played it on the PlayStation 2 several times. It doesn't matter how old it is. It's just one of those games that I'll keep going back to.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll be checking that out as soon as we've finished recording. Definitely worth it. Okay, now this next one is something that I have actually ordered and will be here tomorrow.
Excellent.
So it is Han Solo, obviously, in carbonite. It doesn't move or anything like all the other figures that we've been looking at. It's more of like a statue piece.
Well, it looks nice as a piece on its own.
Yes, it does look really, really awesome. But I got it for a really good price. Now, other collectors are paying ridiculous money for this piece, in the realm of, I think it's almost $300 to $400, which is just
crazy for an unarticulated figure. Yeah,
it's just ridiculous, right? I mean, you wouldn't pay that much. I mean, it's not made of metal or anything. It's just a plastic piece with some light up bits here and there, and I think that just sort of speaks to how expensive these things are actually getting, and then people are actually willing to pay that much for these things.
Well, also how iconic, Han Solo in carbonite is.
Yeah,
because exactly. I mean, it's just one of those things that is incredibly iconic.
Yeah, 100%. And if you're getting the bounty hunters, which of course I have been collecting them, then he would look awesome displayed amongst those guys.
Definitely.
So that's where he's going to go. Now I'm going to actually send you two more photos, the last two things that we'll speak about, and it is the last two of the bounty hunters. So I want to get your opinion on what you think about these two guys, because I've been collecting the other ones. So the ones that I've got so far is Bosk. So I forget what they call him, that Trandoshan or something. He's like a lizard sort of sort of race, but he's really awesome. So we've got him, IG88.
Have you done a review of those? Because I don't think I've seen.
Not yet. When I get these two, then I reckon I'm going to do a huge group video, and it's going to be
that would be great,
awesome.
So are these Hot Toys or Sideshow?
These are actually Sideshow, but they've actually really stepped up their game with these guys, especially that first one, Dengar. So I knew, and I still pretty much know nothing about Dengar.
He's one of those people that you really have to dive into the... well, they don't call it the Extended Universe now. I forget what they call it. Legends?
Legends,
you'd have to really dive into that to find out all of the details about his character.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And I haven't actually done that yet. As far as I can tell, he's wearing a lot of Snowtrooper armor and some Stormtrooper bits here and there. But he looks cool, right? He was in Empire Strikes Back for all of 2 seconds. But if you're completing the bounty hunters, you need to get him.
Definitely. You know what's interesting? I've never noticed that it's, Stormtrooper is Imperial gear. I've never noticed that it's Imperial gear. So that's a really interesting little thing you've just pointed out.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think that he's sort of gone and killed a few Stormtroopers and then grabbed their gear, or do you think it was just lazy costuming on the part of the production crew?
Well, I imagine that initially it's a way of recycling the costume, but when you then add canon to it, he could be a defective Stormtrooper. I'm not sure.
Yep. Yeah, that's actually a really awesome backstory.
I'm actually now really, really intrigued. I'm going to have to go look up his entire backstory.
Yeah, absolutely, me too. So the next one, the final bounty hunter, is Zuckuss. I actually didn't even know this guy's name until I was doing my research. But he's a creepy dude, seriously.
Yeah, he is.
Really scary looking.
It's like as though it's sort of like... I don't know how I probably shouldn't say that word, but sort of a deformed Rhodian, like to the point where it's almost unrecognizable. Yeah, exactly. And he's got that little breathing apparatus thing as well, but he's just so creepy. Like, he's sort of fly-like with those eyes and the it's just so weird. But yeah, I don't know. I know nothing about Zuckuss, but he is what he is, I suppose. Well, if you've got the rest of the collection, you definitely have to have him, because we've said this word a lot, but it's so iconic in that film where you've got the line of bounty hunters. What does he say? No incinerations? Is that what he says?
Yeah, he's like, no disintegration.
That's
so
disintegrations.
Iconic.
That's right. Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah, you definitely have to get you'd have to complete the set.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys were a birthday gift, so they should be arriving. We got them direct from Sideshow. They should be arriving tomorrow as well. So tomorrow is going to be Zuckuss,
a good day,
Dengar, Han Solo and Carbonite, and Darth Maul as well.
Oh, Darth Maul! When you said that to me, was it earlier today or was it yesterday?
Yeah,
Darth Maul, man. He's one of. Although a lot of people dislike, they feel that he was wasted in the prequels. He's still one of those characters that, for me, especially when you read the extended universe stuff, he's a super interesting character. I wasn't actually a massive fan of how they dealt with him in Clone Wars and all that sort of stuff. But, as a whole, he's just one of my favorite characters of the franchise.
Have you watched Rebels?
I haven't. I know everybody keeps telling me I should.
It's actually pretty good. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely watch it.
I have watched, unfortunately, I don't know why I did it to myself. I watched the whole Obi-Wan and Darth Maul scene.
Oh, yeah.
Because the internet went kind of mad with that. So I ended up watching it. Yeah, so it's one of those, I don't know, it's just, also just the design of the character is, there are no words for it, really. It's just amazingly designed.
Yeah, absolutely. Look out for a video of that, because I'll definitely do one. I'll do like an unboxing thing, because those are the easiest to edit. No editing or anything. So I'll do one of those, and I'll do a review probably at some point of him. But yeah, can't wait to get him. Definitely. I got him and Han Solo and Carbonite for about $100 each. So like
Wow,
dirt
that's
cheap.
pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Absolutely. Anyway, I think that brings our episode to an end. So thank you so much for coming on and speaking to me about all these awesome figures.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. No worries at all. So check Minky stuff out. Do you want to do a bit of a plug for your...
Oh, well, I suppose, you can find... well, I'm on Twitter, so you'll find me on Twitter. I'm also on Facebook, but I suppose that's more of a personal thing. So you can find me on Twitter. It's just like at Minky Trevane. And then I do a fair amount of music stuff. If you find my Twitter, you'll find linked all of the rest of my social media stuff to do with record companies and bands I'm in. So feel free to check them out and give us a follow if you fancy it.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll put the link in the description as well, along with all my links and stuff. So we'll have it all easily accessible.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
No worries at all. So thanks again, guys, for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you can, and we'll see you in the next one.